Marshall is arrested on suspicion of killing and decapitating her friend, Deborah Chong.
All right, Gemma, at this moment, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
But despite evidence linking Gemma to both the location where the body was discovered and to Deborah's home, key questions remain. If Gemma killed, beheaded and stored Deborah's body before dumping it in Salcombe, where is the forensic evidence? And what could possibly have led her to commit such a heinous crime? Although unwilling to provide information herself.
Is that right, Gemma?
No comment.
Could the fact that Gemma and her mother had recently lost almost £250,000 on home renovations prove an important detail for investigators? And if so, what was the connection between the troubled situation at this property and Deborah Chong's horrific death? In 2018, heating engineer Mark Brohan began work at Gemma and Hillary's home.
I was working locally and she asked would I be interested in doing a heating upgrade on her property. Gemma was quite a strange character, quirky, I'd say. She lived in complete squalor. Like the house it was a hoarder's house. She hoarded newspapers, boxes, materials. It was quite a dark place. The curtains were sort of drawn in there. And she had cats, so it was quite a smelly, sort of stuffy atmosphere. But as I say, work's work, so you get on with it.
From the very start, Gemma was open with Mark about her issues with the previous builders.
She said that she had a disagreement with the builders. They were demanding money from her. It was strange to me because looking at the site upstairs, it was very organised. You know, if guys walk off site, they tend to drop tools, leave a mess and go. But it was very tidy. It certainly didn't look like cowboy builders. So something else had gone on there.
Mark tried to keep his head down and get on with the job, but Gemma repeatedly brought up their dilemma.
I remember one specific time I was in the lounge and Gemma came into the room with like a sheet or something wrapped around her, and she started the conversation about the builders as if I'd never heard it before. So, like I said, the alarm bells went slightly. You thought, this is a little bit strange. Her character could switch in all sorts of directions, like from tears to like laughter, uncomfortably prolonged laughter, anger.
Then, after weeks working at the house, things took a more sinister turn.
I went to use my cash card and it got rejected. And the bank said there's a block on your account, but they wouldn't tell me why, which was super strange. And then the penny dropped. Somehow, Gemma had contacted the bank and accused me of scamming her and her mother, and they blocked me, blocked my account, blocked my access to my funds. She was accusing me of returning to her property and stealing back the boiler and components that I dropped off. It's just ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous.
After years disputing Gemma's claims in court, it was summer 2021, when Mark was preparing for their final hearing, that he got an even bigger surprise.
The final hearing we attended was the end of the summer, 2021. But Gemma wasn't there, which was quite strange, because she always attended. So I said, well, let's Google her. Put her name in, and I was blown away by the whole search engine. Was just Gemma. It was all Gemma, all about woman arrested in Willesden for decapitating a member of her church. There was definitely times, you know, where you sit back and look at it and you sort of think, you know, when she was having breakdowns, emotional breakdowns, or the situation you're in, the position you're in, why wouldn't it have been me? You know, there's definitely a time where, it most definitely could have, I feel. I was pretty lucky, really.